So here it is. In between the jobs today, everything's done. Right, we got the water pump and oil pump. I'll talk a bit more about the oil pump at a later date. Cam chain. I think that was the worst thing of the whole strip down, to be honest. There was quite a lot of give in that, so it could quite easily slip the tooth if I gave it some beans and get stuck in a muddy puddle or something. You know what it's like. Got to floor it sometimes, ain't you, a V8. Camshaft. Something has been chewing up the camshaft. It's burnt in places as well, actually. It's pretty much worn. I'm going to measure it properly tomorrow, but I think there's a slight wear on that, but we're going to change that anyway. We have conrod bearings. They're all clean. There ain't nothing, no grooves or gashes or anything. I could probably, they're pretty nice actually. The tops, the crank itself, crank's in good condition. It is. I'm going to get it polished as well. So when the block comes back, providing the block comes back okay, and it's not leaking behind the liners or it hasn't got a crack behind the liner, and then that's the next job. Polish the crank. You might as well do it as it's out. The pistons, the 8 pistons, all immaculate. Look at that. 170,000 miles. Look. The rings themselves are fine, but we're going to change all of them anyway. When I put it back together, it's going to have a fresh set. As for the heads, I did buy the stage 1 heads, but I've gone against it now. So I now have 2 sets of standard heads. The bottom ones are the 14 bolt, and the top ones are the original 10 bolt. It doesn't matter which ones you use. Obviously, if you use a 10, you use all of them. Use the 14, you're left with 4. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect it. But I currently took the 14 bolts out originally. There it is there. I believe this here, there's a crack, there's a hairline crack somewhere on this one. So that's the reason I bought a stage 1, but sold the stage 1 heads now because I've decided I want to run the LPG. And I can't run the LPG with stage 1 heads, high lift cams and all that upgrade, so it's pointless. And 55p a litre on the LPG, it'd be stupid not to keep it. These heads were cheap. I paid 45 quid for these. Bargain they were. They have already been, as you can tell, look, they have been skimmed already. It's a big plus, mate. That saves me some money later on. So they've been skimmed. The only reason they were cheap is because he went to refit them, but fucked the thread up on where the rocker bolts down to, which is this one here. There's a little bit of thread in there. Basically, this thread will stop there. That's it. It shouldn't. It should go all the way down. So when I've took the block to pressure testing, they're going to put a heli coil in there and sort that out for me. As you can see with this one, it uses all the threads, it goes all the way through. So other than that, perfect. What I'm going to do, I'll end up putting new stem seals on it, take out the valves and springs and that from that one, stick them in this one. We're also going to clean these up properly. Going to reseat the valves as well. That'd be another job I do in work, which is good. Flexi plate, perfect condition. The other major thing is the torque converter. I lost all its oil, but I had the gearbox eventually is going to be a stage 1 gearbox. So on the gearbox build that Ashcroft do, they use a bigger one, bigger torque converter, and then they also changed some of the sprockets inside the box itself to a larger, more spline, so less fault later. For now though, I think that's going to be about it. Next video is probably going to be when it's back from pressure testing. Hopefully it all goes well. If it doesn't, and then I'll need a new block, but we'll talk about that as we happen. One other thing I will change is going to happen is these core plugs. What, 3 this side, 3 this side. 1, 2, 3. They'll also be changed at the same time as a rebuild. This one in the middle here, slightly corroded on them, right in the edge there. So I reckon if I got a screwdriver I could put a hole in that. I don't want that, so for a tenner they can come out, new ones can go in before paint. I'll keep you posted as that happens. Cheers guys.